Welcome to your weekly market update. Interest rates are up aggressively week over week. See, we protected all of our clients at this best interest rate. It had been since October since we've seen it. We had about 13 buyers that got a way better interest rate by letting us lock when it's the best time, not just locking when the contract comes in like most loan officers do. So we protected our clients that just came in yesterday here, and also today before the Fed meeting we locked. And we did that because we thought that the Fed might mute their tone of cutting up to 5 times next year. We've heard 4 or 5 times as the forecast for rate cuts next year. And Jerome Powell certainly did that. And you're seeing the mortgage bond market sell off, which causes mortgage rates to go up. Remember, down on this chart or higher mortgage rates. So just because they cut doesn't mean mortgage rates are going down. And that sounds like bad news, but know why this can be this can be you, the buyer's best friend. Higher interest rates can be your best friend, and it's simply a supply and demand issue. So there are 1.9 million household formations per year. That's people leaving the house and going and getting married. That's people leaving rent and buying a home. That is deaths and selling the home. So that is 1.9 million annualized. And how the media reports this drives me absolutely insane because it's incorrect if you look at the data. They do everything off permits. Tons of builders, I've been developing properties myself. You get a permit, that doesn't mean the money's going to come through to build the home. That doesn't mean you're going to pull through to build the home. That doesn't mean you're actually going to start that construction, right? So a better thing to go off of is housing starts, right? That is 1.29 million annualized this year. That's down 14% year over year, 14.6, so close to 15%. And there are, remember, 1.9 million household formations per year, right? So 1.29 million leaves 600,000 potential buyers sitting on the sidelines. And yes, they might not be buying because of affordability for higher interest rates, but when the rates drop, they're going to jump back in. We even saw it last week. People get the sense, and you run numbers at the mid to lower sixes, and it works for them. The higher 6 to 7 to lower sevens don't work for them. So when we get down to that level, which I'm still sticking by 5 by 2025, I believe rates will hit 5%. They actually did that this year for 2 weeks back in October, way back here. Um, we believe there'll be a massive surge to housing, right? And this proves it. Completions, and you can't sell a home that's not completed. So just because it start doesn't mean it's completed. And completions for the year is 1.6 million. So remember, if you look at this data, 1.29 million starts, that's this year. That means they're probably not going to be done for next year. So these 1.6 million were starts from last year, and maybe some from the beginning of the year are getting finished now. Those are starts from beginning of this year and last year being completed. And that's still not catching up with the 1.9 million. So when you look at this, the starts from last year have turned into 1.6 million completions, but we need 1.9 million. So there's still a surplus of buyers and not enough supply of housing. So that is only leads to home prices going one direction, and that is up. And yes, you have seasonal buying and you have different instances in different markets. These are numbers on a national level, but I find them to hold true in the three main markets that I work, which is the Midwest and the Chicago area, Charlotte, North Carolina, and Charleston, South Carolina. Those are the three major metropolitan areas that I work, and that's where I own properties. And they are following these patterns, right? So the high interest rates as a buyer and as a realtor serving buyers could be your best friend. So be careful what you wish for if rates dropping down, because if you have less than a 20% down payment, there's going to be someone when rates drop that have it, and you're probably going to lose out on the property. There are negotiations going on, price coming down right now on closing cost credits, on interest rate buy downs. Remember, I'll always allow you to pay points. That means to buy down the interest rate, the seller can pay for it or you can pay for it, and get a lower interest rate now. And I'll carry that over guaranteed for you one time. So thank you so much for your trust. Thank you for um, trusting us on your pre-approval this year and all your questions and your property numbers that we've ran for you and all of the things that we do to support you. We're just super grateful for you. Have a happy holiday season. Hope this market update helped.